When I was a child, before going to elementary school, I couldn't understand why my father would go to work every morning. He would wake up early in the morning, go to work, and come back late in night. I wanted to stay with him all the time, but he was always busy. Leaving home early in the morning and coming back home late, it was his daily routine. It was his daily life cycle. Once I started to go to school, my life also belonged to another cycle, going to school in the morning and coming back home in the afternoon. In this sense, life is full of various cycles in response to changing life stage. Nature itself has a seasonal cycle: spring, summer, fall, and winter. We have an annual cycle too. Every 365 days we have New Year. Today we have just started New Year 2017. During last Advent, we searched for Jesus like the wise men. At Christmas Day, we finally found baby Jesus. As the new year starts, we are about to search for baby Jesus again in 2017 until Christmas Day in December. Like the annual cycle, the wise men will search for baby Jesus again in 2017. The wise men were foreigners and belonged to another religion, so they didn't have to search for Jesus. However, they searched for the Messiah. It had taken years and hundreds of miles. The search started long before his actual birth. Magi were seekers because they were looking for God to come, traveling miles, crossing a desert to find the Messiah. They continued with their search for a year or more, perhaps 2 years. Their journey must have been difficult. I think the journey of the wise men can represent our journey. As their journey was not easy, so our journey is not easy at times. Even the life journey of baby Jesus was not easy. Let us ponder his journey. Suddenly his journey was changed by King Herod. King Herod was jealous of the birth of the new king, Jesus, and attempted to kill. Yet the angel notified to Mary and Joseph, so they went to another direction to escape from the danger. Also, they had to stay there until King Herod died. Consequently, Jesus became a refugee. Also, the journey of the wise men had to be changed due to the information of the angel. They didn't go back to the King Herod, and they took another way to return to their country. King Herod represents unexpected difficulties or struggles in life. It could be someone or something which is a stumbling block. On the way, we do our best, travel well, to have a great journey. We study hard, work hard, plan well, get prepared, and do our best to make it great. Yet, no matter how much we do our best, life is at times unpredictable and uncontrollable. From time to time, it doesn't go to the direction we plan to go. At times, we stumble because of the unpredictable blocks made by someone or something. We are unexpectedly faced with predicaments. Probably the wise men and Mary and Joseph might have asked this question: why do we take a detour? It'll cost more and take longer. Due to the King Herod, they had to change their journey course without a choice, it might have taken more time and delayed their journey. You know what? Despite the vicious efforts of King Herod, he couldn't stop it. The only thing he could do was to delay it a little bit. In spite of the delayed journey, the journey of the wise men, the journey of the Joseph and Mary, the journey of baby Jesus turned out safe and okay. When I look back my own journey, there had been 3 King Herods in my life who tried to block my way. They attempted to stop or damage my journey. At that point, I had no choice but to taking detour. It wasn't the way I originally planned to go. It took me longer than I expected. At that time, I couldn't understand why there had been difficulties in my life due to the King Herods. I thought my journey would fail because of the King Herods in my life. You know what? In spite of the King Herods in my life, I noticed that my journey eventually turned out to be better than I expected. Although I took a detour, although it took longer, my journey eventually turned out to be better. King Herods in my life couldn't stop my journey. They just a little bit delayed it. That's all. Ironically speaking, eventually, due to the King Herods in my life, my journey had been much better. One day I was reading the book of Romans. One of the themes in the book I was reflecting on was the concept providence. I was able to catch the significant meaning of the concept providence. Providence literally means that God directs all things with his foreseeing power throughout my lifetime. It had been kind of difficult for me to understand the concept of providence because according to the concept, every matter of human being seems to be predetermined and controlled by God in advance. Therefore, decision, will, or a choice I make seems to not make any significant change in life. But if I read the term providence in the book of Romans carefully, I realized that Apostle Paul tries to give care and comfort to their Christians. As you know well, early Christians were faced with serious persecutions. They were scared and they were tempted to give up their faith. In the situation, Apostle Paul pinpointed that God would take care of the Christians, introducing the concept of providence. So the point of providence is neither predetermination nor predestination. It is the foreseeing care and guidance of God in the life of Christians. In the journey of the wise men and Mary and Joseph, we can see another providence of God, God's care and guidance in advance in the face of impending threat of King Herod. Brothers and sisters, it is 2017. We just started another annual life cycle. We have another 365 to go. We just started another search cycle for child Jesus again. Ahead of us, there might be King Herod. It could be someone, it could be something, it could be an accident, poor health, a financial or relational problem, or a family problem. Because of it, you might need to change your journey course. It might take a little longer. You might take a detour. But please remember that the wise men and Mary and Joseph trusted in God to the end. So let us continue to believe in providence foreseeing care and guidance of God for all of us, your journey eventually will turn out to be good and even better in Jesus. Please keep going. Restart your search cycle for baby Jesus until you find him again on Christmas Day in December. The church has prepared a short, brief video clip. Let us watch it. This is going to be my conclusion.